Maybe I have those mixed up. Oh yeah, I think that one goes there. That one goes there. Don't you? Hickok 45 with a big gun and a little gun. This is the Mark 19 Desert Eagle. This is a car, P380. Coincidentally, they're made by the same company. Carr owns the company that makes the Desert Eagles now. So Magnum Research. So kind of interesting, huh? Yeah, I think this round 50 Action Express, 50 AE would be very difficult to get into that firearm. So yeah, we have them straight. Now this one would not be hard to get into the 50 caliber. Yeah, Hickok 45, and this is a firearm we requested, believe it or not, you know, from Bud's Gun Shop, because I wanted to review it. I wanted to shoot it. So we appreciate Bud sending us this. Check out their website, all the good stuff going on there with eGunner, where this one will end up, and everything else there. And they even have more of these in different colors and gold plate and all that kind of thing. I specifically chose this one because I thought the stainless was pretty cool. Okay, I don't know. To me, in a way, if I were going to own this, one of these, and of course I have to admit I still own the 44 Magnum. I really shouldn't admit that. But I like this better than any of the other finishes, just the stainless. It's kind of a brushed stainless, so it's a really nice looking firearm, right? You know, one everybody needs for their mantle. And we're going to shoot American Eagle, well not American Eagle, but Federal Ammo Fusion. Okay, they sent me several boxes of this, and hence that's why we're about this. Okay, I had requested it a while back because I knew we wanted to get a hold of one of these 50 Action Express Desert Eagles. Because why am I some sort of secret assassin, mall ninja wannabe or whatever? Not really, but I've had so many people request it. They've seen the 44 Magnum Desert Eagle that we did, and just get a 50, get a 50. It's not a 50, get a 50. It's not a Desert Eagle unless it's a 50. And so, okay, I'm trying the 50. And I never fired one. So, you know, I needed to put that on my resume. I fired a 50 AE Desert Eagle. So here we are with it. And again, we appreciate Bud sending us this thing. They're not cheap. Things are around 1,800 MSRP. Well, I don't know what the MSRP is actually, but they $1,790 or something like that. A lot of money, okay? They're not $3 or they're not $400. They're on up there. So big cartridge, and like I say, this one's the Mark 19, not to be confused with the grenade launcher, the belt-fed grenade launcher Mark 19. This is a magazine-fed grenade launcher, okay? And you'll see that when you start seeing these rounds go in. Wow. And this is their pack of grenades. They go right there. 50 caliber. That's pretty big. You folks up in Kentucky, my relatives, that's almost half an inch. 50 caliber. So pretty big diameter. Let's just go ahead and fire a couple of these things. And we have a target-rich environment in honor of this baby. You might have noticed. Let's just start bowling a little bit first, though. Ka-chunk. See if it'll roll a bowling pin. Ooh, boy. Get those ears in tight, everybody. There's a little water in that thing. Yeah, I think so. Woo! There's another bowling pin. Yeah, it takes them off, doesn't it? Wow. And look, somebody put a pumpkin up on that barrel. Whoa! Didn't even knock it off. Well, I might have a solution for that. Oh well, all the water's gone. Let's shoot that guy. Oh boy. The rounds are only a couple dollars, $2.50 a shot, so you know, we'll just shoot as many as we want, right? So yeah, those are grenades being launched, no doubt about it. Interesting firearm. I mean, no matter how much you want to hate on a Desert Eagle, they seem to be made well. And I could take it apart, I guess. I don't know if you want to see that or not. I'll fumble around with it a little bit here before we blast some other things here. The way you do that is make sure it's unloaded. pull the trigger and cock it to the first click there, safety on, and then you push the button here, push down the lever over there, and the barrel wants to pop right off. These are very interesting. I won't go into a lot of the stuff I did on the first one with the 44 Magnum. You can check out that video. I'll try to remember to put a link to it. But the history of the company and all that I talked about in that. And this one is different. It's you know, it's 50, and it's a newer one, the Mark 19. That was a Mark 7, the other one, I believe. But you notice again, the barrel that is the barrel of the firearm, and it has a little hole there. I don't know if you can see that. I think I pointed that out in earlier videos, but there's a little hole there at the bottom of the chamber, and that's the gas port basically. So when you fire it, the gas goes down into that, and up under the barrel there's a channel inside the barrel, and you see how that's put together there. It comes out right there against this gas piston right here, which forces the slide back. Okay, so we'll pick up another round. You got springs there. So pretty interesting how that works. It just pushes the slide back, more like a rifle. I won't take that off, I guess no need to now. You got your dual springs there. I've had it apart several times, but and yeah, it's an incredible system. It's more like a rifle system, and along the same lines, that barrel, it reminds you of, with that lug, those lugs on that bolt, reminds you of an AR almost, doesn't it, the way it locks up. So interesting system, no doubt about it. But it tends to work pretty well. See if I can get her back together. She's definitely not loaded, so I'll do this. Let's see, you need to push forward on that, and then there we go. When you get it flush there, you push that lever back up. Okay, there we go. All right, safety was on. There we go. Big monstrosity. You know, these things have been around since the late 80s, and you know, Magnum Research Incorporated came up with them. They went through a lot of changes. They were made over by IMI, Israeli Military Industries, and IWI, and then moved back to this country, and were manufactured by different companies. But they've always been, you know, in an MRI invention, and now they are owned by Carr, and you know, they're still making the things in all sorts of configurations. Big, well, I started to say beautiful, dare I say beautiful, but big gold-plated models and everything. At the where was it? NRA meeting, I guess, or SHOT Show. NRA meeting, I think. I talked to Justin Moon about these things, and he said, yeah, just let me know which one you want to try out. He'd send any of them. And I kind of forgot about it for a while, and then it hit me. And I went back to their website and looked around and said, we got to get one of these. Got the ammo in, and I thought, well, you know, some of those are pretty wild looking. Why don't I just get one that looks nice, that might be one you'd actually buy, you know, that I might buy if I wanted a Desert Eagle. And I just decided on this one, but I said, well, I'll just go to the Buds, you know, get it from Buds, and it'll, you know, go up on the e-gunner auction. So anyway, but they're an amazing creature. Let's fire some more. I've got a couple. Now it comes with one magazine, okay? And John and I bought a couple just so we'd have it. John thinks he might want one someday, okay? That's how strange he is. So if he does, he'll have a couple of magazines. But it just comes with one magazine, so that's what we'll send back with it. So let's shoot a couple more of these things. We've not had too much trouble with it at all. Probably had a couple or 3 malfunctions maybe. And I think a couple of those I was not really limp wristing, but you better have a hold of it really good. So I kind of blame it on that. One of them on that, and then the first one was in the first magazine. So I think it was brand new. So I don't know, but generally it's been doing fine. Been doing fine. So we'll see how it does. Magazine holds 7 rounds. It's a big old 2x4 looking thing, and it feels a little bit like that, but other than the weight, it doesn't feel horrible. Okay, I mean it is kind of blocky, but the rubber grips, you know, help a lot. And I guess we ought to take out a watermelon, see if it's watermelon worthy. 50 caliber. I believe it worked. There's another 2-liter. Oh man, there's one sitting by that garbage can. Let's take him out. Boy, some concussion. Let me shoot this paper target. I'm just going to probably put one round on it. All right. Let's do it with one hand. All right. Boom. I always want to get my ears in tight before I shoot. Well, I put another one on it. What the heck? All right, bullseye. I can't shoot the steel targets. The damage would be, I don't know. Well, I don't know. It'd be a real test for AR 500, wouldn't it, at this close range? But I don't know if I would trust it. You know, not sending some of it back to me and John. Let's see. Now I've got an old diesel fuel can there that's got dirt in it and crud, and I've been meaning to toss it or do something with it. So I've been saving it for a video at some point. All right. Okay. I think some of the water had leaked out. She's empty. Never fear. I have more ammo. Ka-chunk. All right, I'm going to try this 2 liters there. Wow. Man, what a blast. There's another bowling pin. Let's take him out. Rolled him. Okay, we got enough to try the gong, don't we? Let's try the gong. Now, it shoots a little high to a point of aim, so I've got to hold under it. Did you notice how fast it got there? It's a 300 grain bullet, and it was there immediately. I might just try a goat. Yeah, I think going high. Let's go high on me. So I would have to get it zeroed in and the sights I want and everything if I were going to buy something like this to hunt with, as far as any precision, type shooting, if that's possible with something like this. And actually it is. I do think that I hit the 230-yard gong with the 44 Magnum. This one, it would take some practice because you have such blast with it that it really makes you want to flinch. It just does, the muzzle brake and everything. So you'd have to get used to it. And it just, we don't have a ton of ammo. We've got enough for, a couple, 3 videos, but I didn't want to just stand out here and shoot, 50 and 100 rounds, trying to get good with it necessarily before I send it back. We'll let whoever buys it get good with it. Okay. But, it is interesting. I'll have to say, Desart Egel, man. Let's see. Let's load up some more ammo. Empty magazines. Look at these big monsters. Oh boy. It's a big round. And if you want the biggest round you can find, semi-automatic handgun, I guess this is one of them. There's only 2 or 3 guns, I think, chambered in this thing, and this is one of them. This round came around in, I think, around 89, along in there, and this was the first firearm, chambered in it, the Desart Egel. And of course, a lot of people think that anytime they see a Desart Egel, it's a 50 AE, but that's not the case. The thing's available in several calibers. I think this one in 357 Magnum, 44 Magnum, and then 50 AE. I believe that's all. But again, check the website. There are so many different configurations of these things. Huge big barrels and all sorts of things. Just whatever you might need, whatever you think you could find a holster for, right? Need. Did you notice I said need? Oh big old round. You know I like big rounds, big lead, heavy lead. So this is kind of right up my alley. I'm still not sure though about the firearm. The verdict is still out for me. I don't know that I will need to own one of these. In fact, I may let John trade me out of the 44 Magnum. I don't really have a lot of use for it in the Desert Eagle. I have too many firearms that I enjoy, and this one's not high on the list, but it's an interesting firearm. And in that sense, it is high on the list. It was high on the list because we have so many requests for it to shoot a 50, you know. And I had never shot a 50, you know, Desert Eagle, just like I had never shot a 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum until I shot a 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum. Okay, now I've shot a 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum. So you have to do it before you have that experience. That was pretty profound, wasn't it? So you know, now I've done it. Shot one. Will have shot one. Whatever, a couple hundred times probably. So I'll be an expert, right? Doesn't take much to be an expert. Okay, let's shoot it some more. Quit yakking. Got 3 magazines here. Oh man. We got a couple of things. We didn't want to spare the targets now since we have all this power. Not that it's really any more powerful, of course, than you know, 500 Magnum or a 4570. You know, some stuff I shoot all the time. I shoot some really warm 45 Colt rounds, you know, in my Marlins and so. But it's big for a handgun. It's a big round. It's a lot of power for a semi-automatic handgun. Let's put it that way. Especially a really cute semi-automatic handgun. I mean, that's a good-looking handgun. I guess I'm getting sick in my old age. It actually is not as bad looking, really, as as the Desert Eagle used to be to me. I think it's because I like brushed brushed stainless. It looks about as good, in my opinion, as a Desert Eagle can look. How's that for being political? All right. So, yeah, as I was saying, we got some targets here that we spared no expense or time, right? We have a drum, an empty garbage can. So let's shoot the empty garbage can. Oh, it wasn't empty. I'll be darned. It was full of water. Well, wouldn't you guess? Wouldn't you guess? Oh, I almost pulled up to shoot the cowboy. Let's get this, well, let's go ahead with let's get the watermelon here. I'm going to back up a little bit. Let's see if he'll explode like the other one. Probably drench us, John. Nice, nice. Now I probably have 1 round. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll do a tactical reload. Get a full mag out. And I'll have 8 rounds. That's the way I would carry it. I might just do that. I might just get me a shoulder holster and carry one of these babies. All right, let's try those. Whoa, I don't want to get any closer. Let's try the cinder blocks. All right. I get my ears in good and tight. What happened to the top block? Okay. Didn't take a full magazine that time. Well, let's just go back over there and take a couple shots at the ram again. He thinks he's gotten away from these 300 grain bullets. And maybe he has. We'll see. In a cloud of dust, and one more on the gong. The last one. Wow. I tell you, that is I won't say it's a thing of beauty, but with that action open, there's something about it. I guess because it represents so much power. I mean, most of us shooters still have a lot of kid in us, of course. I don't live and breathe, you know, the power factor and got to have the hottest 44 magnums all the time, like some people do whenever they shoot a 44. It's not a 44 unless you're trucking it 1,600 feet per second, you know, all that kind of thing. But there is something kind of interesting when you have a handgun or rifle or anything that just does have massive power. I don't like muzzle brakes and compensators, generally speaking, but I think it does help. But boy, you do get, you get some blast back from that thing. So Desart Egel 50, my first big experience this week, and we've created a disaster area here. Oh man, let me get my ears back in tight. And I think what I'm going to do is, I haven't done this yet. I'm not going to say rapid fire, but I'm going to just shoot in. Maybe I'll shoot through that box, that wooden box, but I'm going to shoot into the barrel, burn barrel, seven rounds. Just pretend it's a grizzly. He's about to get me. All right. All right. Not bad, not bad. It doesn't hurt your hand really. Now you get some jolt. You know, I won't tell you it doesn't kick, but it's more pleasant to shoot than a 22 long rifle. Oh, did I misspeak? Yeah. No, it's more pleasant to shoot than a 500 Smith & Wesson. Okay, because you've got the action, the gas system. You know, and the muzzle brake maybe too, but the gas system, just being a semi-automatic, it doesn't kick. Now also maybe the round doesn't have as much energy, you know, as the average 500 Smith & Wesson round. I don't know, I haven't compared the two that closely, but it just so you know, you go pick up a 500 Magnum Smith & Wesson and then pick up one of these with comparable ammo, and this one will very likely be milder on the recoil and easier to shoot. Even though it's a big old wicked looking thing, okay? I mean, it looks aggressive, it's kind of wild looking, it's heavy, it's big, massive, the bullets, you know, the cartridges are huge and all that, but it really doesn't kick as much. You'll find it more comfortable to shoot than you realize. One of these in 44 Magnum, 357, would be very pleasant in terms of recoil. You know, I've shot both of those calibers in one, and they're, you know, very pleasant. All right. So some people have made the comment on our other Desart Egel videos that if you're going to shoot a Desart Egel, it needs to be a 50. You know, well, I guess in some ways it does lend itself well to that biggest cartridge, because I can surely think of a lot of 44 Magnums and 357 Magnums that I'd rather have and pack around and shoot than one of these behemoths right here, okay, if I'm going to shoot those cartridges. But now in a 50, yeah, it does really in a lot of ways makes more sense. And you probably ought to run out and buy one. You know, if you don't have one of these in your collection and a good holster for it, you know, what's wrong with you? So anyway, the 50, I guess you know what, I'm going to shoot 2 more shots. Can I do that, John? Let's just, I don't know, I'm just a glutton for punishment. Let's put 4 in, all right, just for the heck of it. I was about to wrap up, but I don't know, the urge just hit me. Oh, get those ears in tight. Okay, they're in tight. Oh man, that pumpkin lion there. Oh man, oh no, I'll shoot the hanging propane, or the hanging tank over there, or at it. All right. Got him. All right. Now I'll be good and let y'all go get your dinner or your breakfast, whichever it might be. But so anyway, the Desart Egel, what did I not tell you about? I didn't tell you a lot about the gun. These things have been around forever. You know, in this model, you got the rails top and bottom, so you could put anything on there you want. It's, you know, it's heavy. It runs $1,700. They're readily available. You could have one tomorrow probably. in your grubby little fingers, just like my dirty fingers. So interesting firearm, Desart Egel. It's everybody knows what a Desart Egel is, and I hadn't tried the 50 caliber, so we thought we might as well. All right, so I don't know what else to say about it except it's a handful. Life is good. Oh, since I'm still here, let me thank SDI for all their help. SDI is a fully accredited online gunsmithing school. Check them out at sdi.edu. We'd also like to thank Bud's Gun Shop and Federal Premium for all of their support. You can find us on Full 30 also now, and you can find the links to our Facebook pages and the other YouTube pages in the description of any video. So I invite you to check out the description in every video, or any video, you'll find what you need to know. And you'd better do it.